All right, for today's lesson, we are going to be going over solving systems by substitution again. However, we're going to change the equations a little bit. So in this first example, we're going to have two equations, both of these equations in standard form, and we're going to solve them by substitution. Now, to do that, I do not already have one equation that has an x or a y by itself, so we need to start by doing that. Now, we need to pick out which variable seems easiest to get by itself. In this case, I know that because 2 goes into 6, I can get the y by itself. 3 doesn't go into 5, 5 doesn't go into 3, 6 doesn't go into 2, but the 2 goes into 6. It doesn't always matter which one you solve for. Sometimes it will just make it easier because you will avoid having fractions. So we're going to take this top equation, negative 6x minus 2y equals 18. And we're going to solve for y. So that's going to be the same as putting this equation in the form y equals mx plus b. So the first step is adding 6x to both sides. And we get negative 2y equals 6x plus 18. Now there's a second step. We're going to have to divide by that number in front of y. So we divide by negative 2. Both sides, and we get y equals 6 divided by negative 2 is negative 3x, and 18 divided by negative 2 is negative 9. So now we have an equation in the form y equals mx plus b, and we also have a second equation up here that we haven't touched yet, this negative 5x minus 3y equals 7. And now we're going to do substitution with these two. So here's my red equation. I'll use this equation in blue. So we have a negative 5x minus 3. Now remember, this is where we substitute what y is equal to in. So we have negative 3x minus 9 in parentheses, and that is equal to 7. So we have something that we can solve for. All of our variables are just x's now. So carry down the negative 5x. Negative 3 times negative 3x is positive 9x. And negative 3 times negative 9 is positive 27 equals 7. Okay, so now we're going to combine like terms, and negative 5x plus 9x is 4x. And we carry down the 27, carry down the 7. And now we're solving for x. We subtract 27 from both sides. 4x equals negative 20. 7 minus 27 is negative 20. So finally, we just divide by 4, both sides. X equals negative 5. So we have half of our solution. Now, to solve for the other half, we're going to have to take that value and plug it into one of my original equations. So if we go up to the top, I can pick out one. It doesn't exactly matter which one I choose, so I'm going to go with, we'll use this bottom equation. So in that equation, we have negative 5x minus 3y equals 7, and we're going to replace the x with a negative 5 from that solution. So negative 5 times negative 5 minus 3 times y equals 7. Negative 5 times negative 5 is 25. And now we have to subtract 25 from both sides. Negative 3y equals negative 18. And we divide both sides by negative 3. So y equals, scooch that up a little bit, y equals positive 6. Yeah, like that. So now we have the y value for our solution. We have the x and the y. We can write those as a point. So remember, x goes first, so that's -5. And y goes second, so that is a 6. So our solution, -5, 6.